Head time.
Yeah, it's this is a big fight. You know, we're fighting on the White House card, so this is a one-off. You know, so I think that's very, very cool to be a part of, especially a main event. And Justin is really taking that serious. You know, I mean, obviously he takes every fight serious, but to be able to be on the White House card and you're the headliner, that's a very important thing to him. Man, I look forward to shocking the world on this, you know, unique UFC White House card, Freedom 250. I'm so excited, and we're gonna go out there and shock the world.
As the highly anticipated UFC White House card approaches, Justin Gaethje has ramped up preparations for his massive lightweight title clash against Ilia Topuria.
Go! Good, don't pop up. Go! Good. Even like a habit switch. You don't have to get your left foot behind you. Almost like square and go. Go! Ah, beautiful. Go! 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 Go!
Justin Gaethje's team views the matchup with Ilia Topuria as a challenge against one of the sport's fastest rising stars, while remaining confident that every style has weaknesses that can be targeted. His coach believes being counted out adds extra motivation and sharpens their attention to detail throughout preparation.
Right now, everybody thinks Ilia is like the, you know, the unbeatable, you know, superhero. He's a great fighter, but everybody's human, and I definitely see some holes in his game. Obviously, they're saying the same thing. They're going to see holes in our game, and you know, we're making our adjustments, and I'm sure they're going to make adjustments for fighting a guy like Justin. But I love these type of opportunities. These are the, again, Justin's always, I wouldn't say always, but a lot of the time an underdog, and you know, I love the unbeatable guys. Those are the ones that just make me really get up.
Justin Gaethje is sharpening his strength and conditioning with trainer Aaron Porter, focusing on movement, injury management, and overall fitness. Porter says Gaethje already has elite cardio, with the current emphasis placed on explosiveness and quicker recovery during high-paced exchanges.
Look at that root. Yeah, little guy just pulled that from concrete.
Starting kind of once the fight got announced, we get into some of the just general movements, things that you'll see almost any athlete using the basics, making sure that he's put together well, addressing any injuries that we may have, and then getting just general fitness up. So right now I would say he's in really good shape, has really a big gas tank. Over the next few weeks, we're going to start transitioning into making sure that we can explode within that gas tank and recover quickly. So not only can we go for 25 minutes, but we can burst within that 25 minutes when we want to.
Justin Gaethje embraces the responsibility that comes with fighting for a title while representing the United States, believing high-pressure moments bring out the strongest version of him. He also says facing top-level opponents is one of the parts of competition he values most throughout his career.
And obviously you are the American dream on this card. You are the one fighting for the title to keep that championship in America. Do you put, and not necessarily pressure, but do you feel pressure. You like that?
Yes, pressure is my middle name. That's why I can, you know, hit the golf shots when I need to hit the golf shots. I love to compete. I love to show off. And I love an opportunity. I mean, when I began, if you told me that it was going to be and the culmination of events would lead to me fighting on the White House lawn versus a guy that is considered unbeatable, then I would be so proud of myself and so happy that I am here. And I am happy that I'm here. I'm happy for this opportunity. I'm happy that I have the opportunity to do something that will be unforgettable.
Justin Gaethje calls the moment a dream scenario and says the chance to compete on such a stage carries special meaning at this stage of his career. He makes it clear that his approach will be aggressive from the start, with non-stop pressure and a willingness to push the fight into chaos immediately.
It is an absolute dream come true. From where I come from, we all come from somewhere, but I come from the middle of nowhere, and to represent this country on this level, at this moment in my career, is something that I could have never dreamt of. My first fight ever was outside, and one of my last fights will be outside. So it's a crazy life. I'm gonna be so ready. I'm so ready to put it on the line. I don't give a fuck if he beats me, doesn't beat me, doesn't matter. I'm coming in there and I'm gonna try to knock this motherfucker out. I will be throwing missiles on the White House lawn on June 14th. I promise you that.
On the other hand, Ilia Topuria believed Justin Gaethje would struggle to survive the opening minutes against him and expected an early stoppage. He felt the matchup would end fast instead of becoming a drawn-out war.
Really think that he's gonna be able to last for more than a round.
No. We gotta start the cameras because like.
Did you watch any of his fights in live?
What do you mean?
Like you've been personally in one of his fights?
To Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost all of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think about him? For me, as a fan, he's one of my favorites to watch.
Ilia Topuria pointed out that public opinion is already heavily favoring him over Justin Gaethje, with focus shifting from who wins to how fast it ends. He noted that the hype around the matchup has grown so one-sided that questions are now being raised about Gaethje surviving the opening round.
So as the guy who's holding the real belt, and the UFC has already said you're going to fight the winner, how did you feel immediately after?
Honestly, what I thought, it was like, what a gift. What a gift, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know what kind of expectations the fans are gonna have once they're gonna announce my fight against Justin Gaethje. Because most of the time I used to be the underdog. But this is the first time that everyone is like, it's not like the conversation is not even about who is gonna win, because everyone's like, Ilia's gonna win. They all talking about how he's gonna knock him out. Will Justin last for one round at least? How he's gonna finish him? Like, these are the conversations, at least what I find in social media everywhere where I look at.
Ilia Topuria entered the fight with strong confidence, focusing on what comes after the win rather than the challenge ahead. He expected all the sacrifice from training to pay off and planned to celebrate the moment with his close circle once the fight was over.
I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you usually do. I mean, you're the guy who celebrated the Charles win the night before.
Do that in this fight too.
You have plans for it? Like, you already know? Like, you just...
We are gonna celebrate it before the fight.
You know exactly where and everything else, or you just know it'll happen?
Yeah, actually, yes, yeah. We had everything organized. My team, like, taking care of all of that.
You've set your celebration party the night before.
Yeah, because a lot of people will be coming for that event. And yeah, we're gonna celebrate it. But listen, you have to celebrate it. When you go through hard training sessions, when you do so many things, like we've been working so hard during so many months, that when you do your job, when you put your 100% into something like this, you have to celebrate it.
However, Justin Gaethje ignores outside noise and stays locked in on training and execution inside the cage. He credits his recent activity for improving his conditioning and confidence, adding that pressure usually sharpens his performances and brings out his best.
Coming up to you like, hey, you got to win this one in particular. Do you hear things a little differently?
Yeah, but none of that matters. I mean, all I can do is be my best. All I can do is, be as prepared as I can. I have made the right decisions. I've never in the UFC fought 2 times in 6 months, so to put 2 camps on top of each other is great for me, especially coming out of the fight with no serious injuries. So, cardiovascular wise, I never lost what I gained, and I've only been able to grow from there. And so confidence wise, I'm so confident in my ability to perform. Pressure, I love pressure. I think that will help me be better.
Justin Gaethje considers Ilia Topuria one of the hardest opponents he has faced, ranking him only behind Khabib Nurmagomedov in terms of difficulty. He sees Topuria as a serious stylistic problem and one of the most challenging matchups he has ever had to prepare for.
How does Ilia stack up compared to your past opponents?
Yeah, I think he's my second toughest test ever, next to Khabib. But yeah, those three knockouts, Volkanovski, Holloway, Oliveira, yeah, legendary. So it's just gonna make this win that much more spectacular.
Question for Cyril Gahn.
Joe Rogan regarded Ilia Topuria as one of the most dangerous talents in the division, highlighting his sharp timing, technical skill, and knockout ability. He pointed out that these strengths have already been too much for elite opponents and clearly set him apart from the rest of the roster.
There's a guy from Spain, Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, I really like Topuria.
He's what David Goggins calls uncommon amongst uncommon men.
Want some more coffee?
No, thank you. I'm good, thank you. He's a freak. I mean, he's just incredibly talented.
Wait,
Like weirdly talented. Like his last 3 fights, he knocked out 3 all-time greats.
Holloway?
Yeah, Holloway, Alexander, and Charles Oliveira. So
Right.
that's crazy. Volkanovski, who's like one of the greatest featherweights of all time, knocked him out. Knocked out Max Holloway, another one of the greatest featherweights of all time.
Right.
And then Charles Oliveira, one of the greatest lightweights of all time.
Amazing.
He knocks out 3 guys in 3 fights.
And
No one has a resume like that.
And he's not like, as I understand, he was a Greco-Roman guy.
Right,
And he
initially.
became a boxer later on.
Joe Rogan sees Ilia Topuria as a highly complete fighter who appears to read exchanges before they unfold. He emphasized Topuria's sharp fight IQ, accuracy, and discipline, noting that his steady confidence and work ethic consistently keep him ahead of most rivals.
He's just
How do you describe?
talented.
How do you describe? Like, so I'm not knowledgeable in this area, but the way he almost looks like he has a Philly shell. Is that a Philly shell? What he does with
It's a
one
little
arm
bit
down?
of that. Well, he has amazing defense. It's just amazing awareness and pattern recognition, technique. He's a combination of all things, right? Incredible confidence, incredible intelligence, insane discipline, work ethic, but just great training methods. Like he does everything right, and then insane confidence. Like his confidence is insane.
Demetrius Johnson views the matchup between Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria as a sharp stylistic contrast, with Gaethje's aggressive pressure meeting Topuria's controlled and disciplined approach. He highlighted Topuria's timing, rhythm, and precision as elite traits that make his striking look highly calculated and effective.
I like that fight. I think it's a great fight. I think, after spending a little bit of time with Justin Gaethje at the Celebrity Football, the way he was fighting Patty Pillman, I was kind of confused. It's like you kept circling his power. Then when you talked to him, he was like, he didn't hit hard. Patty doesn't hit hard. He can't kick. His footwork sucks ass.
Jesus.
So
yeah, that's why I just kind of went.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right. And then, him fighting Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is probably one of the most technical, sound athletes that I've seen in mixed martial arts, meaning that his cadence of a rhythm when he boxes, when he hits pads, everything he does is strategic.
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria enters the matchup with Justin Gaethje full of confidence in his current form, using his strong unbeaten momentum as proof of dominance at the top level. He also stresses that his camp is already complete and everything is in place for fight night execution.
Talk to me about the mentality of that, because I want to get inside your head. I'm fascinated with the way that you think, okay? I want to talk about things like that where you upgrade your bio. The win has already been done. The night before the fight where you take the team out for a celebration, the win has already been done. I want to talk about that. Explain that a little bit more. Where does that come from?
I always used to say, the medals are earned in the training, in the competition, you just go to collect them. I used to work so hard that I don't have any doubts about my victory. I know that all the homework is done, that I did everything that I could, and there's no way that I'm not gonna get that victory.
Where does that mentality come from?
Maybe because I love the feeling of winning. Maybe from that, I love winning.
Ilia Topuria dismissed claims that Justin Gaethje is being underestimated, stressing that his opponent's resume deserves full respect. He pointed to his own move up in weight as proof of shutting down critics, while still backing himself strongly for the matchup. Even with Gaethje's danger acknowledged, he expected the fight to end with a first-round knockout.
That's what I'm telling you. I remember when I changed weight classes, I was going to move up to lightweight. Everyone said I was small, that they were going to finish me, that they were going to knock me out. I don't know what, I don't know how much. Well, I move up. I didn't beat Charles, and now the Justin Gaethje fight is announced and it's like I'm fighting, I don't know, a person who has never done anything and they're underestimating him more than they should have. And I don't know what that effect is due to, but what is clear is, a very tough guy, a guy who will undoubtedly end up in the Hall of Fame and who represents a lot of danger. I think the public has already gotten to know me. They are more aware of the skills I represent inside the octagon, and also, as they analyze the fighting style that Justin Gaethje brings, it is most likely that I will end up asleep in the first round. I am very confident of my victory.
Ilia Topuria clarified that his remarks toward Justin Gaethje were not disrespectful, describing him as a Hall of Fame-level veteran. He praised Gaethje's career and even admitted he enjoys watching him fight, while maintaining that he is the superior fighter and ready to prove it in the matchup.
You know, are you...
Listen, maybe it was too much to say that it was a gift, because he's not a gift. He's a legendary fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. And I'm actually a huge fan of his. Like, I love to watch all his fights. I have all the respect to him, but I just feel that I'm way better than him, that it's my time, and I just have to do my thing.
So it is confidence, not overconfidence.
Exactly.
On the other hand, Brendan Schaub thinks Justin Gaethje would need crucial moments to swing his way to beat Ilia Topuria, especially given Topuria's strong mix of striking and grappling control. He still warns that Gaethje's knockout power remains a serious threat, but expects Topuria's all-around game to take over as the fight develops.
Gaethje's just gonna have to pray he land. Like, he has to pray that Ilia's willing to play reckless. I don't know if Ilia is. He has to pray to God that Ilia kind of approaches the same way he did with Charles Oliveira, where he sat down. Now Topuria does get hit, so Justin's like, hopefully he's down, because then I have a chance. Because if Ilia goes, no, I'm mixed martial arts today, I'm gonna take your ass down, wear you out, and then knock you out. Justin, he has to pray to God. Ilia's like, let's make it entertaining. Points to the ground, which he does. So then it's like, all right, because Justin does have knockout power, kind of, not to Ilia's power.
And he knocked out Justin.
Yeah, hot second ago. But other than that, he's not like a big knockout artist. But either way, if you're throwing caution to win, he has to hope Ilia does that. Then he has a coin flip there.
Sure.
Because Ilia does get hit a little bit.
Meanwhile, Merab Dvalishvili is convinced that training alongside Ilia Topuria revealed a clear gap in intensity, timing, and close-range precision. He describes Topuria as operating on another level when fully sharp, with offense that looks clean, controlled, and efficient. He warns that Justin Gaethje could be in for a short, punishing fight if Topuria's finishing skills take over early.
Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje, how are you seeing it?
I mean, Ilia is my friend, as you mentioned, but I training with Ilia, and I never felt something like this with any other training partners, even big guys. Ilia is different level. Like, he hits hard. He's so technical, so smart, and he will finish his next opponent too.
Michael Bisping praised Ilia Topuria for his precise, well-timed striking that limits openings for opponents to exploit. Demetrius Johnson added that Topuria's ability to read exchanges helps him create clear finishing chances, pointing toward a potential stoppage while also noting uncertainty in how Justin Gaethje will approach the fight.
It's also surgical.
The
precision is perfect. There's no telegraph, there's no opening.
Yeah.
He sets things up.
Yeah.
The timing is ridiculous.
Yep.
And then of course combine that with the power that he has. I mean, one shot is truly all it takes.
Yeah, and Ilia Topuria can take a shot, and there's me talking to Justin Gaethje about that. So when I talked to him about that, I never want to give. I feel like every athlete has a high IQ, but when you actually get a chance to talk to them and see, like, why did you circle that, right? Like, oh, you took that option because you knew he didn't have an answer for you there. So he's gonna sit back, look at what Ilia Topuria does well, which is everything, and he's gonna find out where can he fight him. You know what? I think if I'm not rolling dice, if I had to make a pick, I got Ilia Topuria winning by knockout because that's just what he does. And I know Justin Gaethje, is Justin Gaethje going to wrestle? Is he going to kick? I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I know Ilia Topuria is going to get himself in a position where he can knock out Justin Gaethje.
Furthermore, Ilia Topuria continues to build a streak of dominant finishes against elite opponents, prompting Michael Bisping to caution how dangerous he has become at the highest level. Even when he gets clipped, Topuria quickly responds with accurate, fight-ending counters that keep him a constant threat. Gaethje remains fully in the conversation, but recent momentum and results are increasingly tilting expectations toward Topuria.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Ilia Topuria, knocked out Volkanovski.
He knocked out everybody.
Knocked out Charles Oliveira, knocked out Max Holloway. Who did he just beat? Oh, it was Charles Oliveira. That was his last one. Justin Gaethje, you can't underestimate this guy.
No.
You can't underestimate him. Did he take some shots against Paddy? Yes. Is that concerning? Because, when you take into consideration the precision that I just said Topuria has, yeah, it's concerning.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and say that Justin Gaethje can't pull it off. Of course he can.
Yeah,
right?
it's a fight.
However, you look at the Max Holloway fight, where he got face planted, and
Yeah.
you think, shit, well, that makes it a pretty easy pick for Ilia Topuria, just based on optics.
Analyzing the matchup, Colby Covington sees the matchup between Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria as uneven, arguing it puts a veteran past his prime against a fighter currently at his peak. He also calls Topuria the most dangerous competitor in the sport, pointing to his recent dominant finishes over elite opponents as proof the odds heavily favor him.
It's the celebration of the 250th birthday of the greatest country on God's green earth. You'd think that there'd be more American fighters on it from top to bottom. You'd think that there'd maybe be some favorable matchups for the American, but to send Gaethje out there to get slaughtered, I mean, Topuria is the best fighter on the planet right now. No one can dispute that. I mean, he's just finishing these guys, Holloway, Volkanovski, and Oliveira. He's just on another level right now. He's in his prime, and Gaethje's on his way down, and there's no beating Father Time.
Beneil Dariush considers the fight between Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria as tighter than most assume. He points to Gaethje's relentless pressure and unorthodox striking as factors that could disrupt Topuria's timing and make the matchup more competitive than expected.
I would say because Justin's so good at like a dirty style of striking, it's like a dirty boxing, but kickboxing, whatever you want to call it, it throws good strikers off. Like look at his fight with Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev is a very clean technical striker. You look at his fight with Rufi, it's a beautiful fight. It's a beautiful striking fight. You look at his fight with Bahamundos, beautiful striking fight. You look at his fights with Justin Gaethje and you're like, that's just an ugly slugfest, but that's because Justin Gaethje is able to make you fall into his fight. It may look ugly to you, but that's how Justin wants to fight. And if he was able to do that with Rafael Fiziev, I think he could possibly do it with Ilia as well. So I think the fight might be closer than people expect, is the way I would put it.
Beneil Dariush believes Ilia Topuria is targeting high-profile, legacy-driven fights rather than the most challenging stylistic matchups. He points to Arman Tsarukyan as a tougher, more technical opponent who would present a far harder test inside the cage.
He fought Volkanovski, he fought Max, he fought Charles Oliveira. These are all, big legacy fights. And I think Arman is too, because Arman has a big future, But I think he's looking for those fights. I think Justin Gaethje, and then eventually from Justin Gaethje to Islam Makhachev. So I think he's looking for more legacy fights, and I don't think he sees Arman like that. And I think Arman is a tougher test too, So it's like, take a fight that might be easier and better for your legacy, and then finally go up to the main boss, which is Islam Makhachev.
Well, if they were to fight today, who would you favor, Ilia or Arman?
Ilia, I would. I think he's got very good grappling. He's got extremely powerful hands and very technical too. It's not like, it's not like he's throwing ugly shots and knocking people out. Everything he does is clean.
Chase Hooper shifts focus away from a storyline win for Justin Gaethje and instead highlights the stakes for Ilia Topuria. He suggests that a major victory at the elite level would be a defining moment that reshapes Topuria's career narrative and solidifies his standing.
About the main event of that card, because it is your division. Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria. Who wins?
I love Justin, and I want him to win. I want him to get that belt, that fairy tale ending, for his career. But god dang, Ilia has just been murdering all the legends of the sport, and that I'm very depressed by this matchup happening. Because who would have thought to take out Volk, to take out Max, to take out Charles? Like, I would have much rather seen Ilia and Islam. That way I could at least be happy with him beating a Dagestani guy finally. But no, I think I'll just be depressed, just like I was when I saw him fight Charles. We immediately turned the fight off, and then everybody was just in silence for a while. Yeah. I think it'll be kind of that same thing, which I think Steve Garcia said it. He's like, why, like, the Americans on the card are getting like some of these crazy tough matchups. Like, don't you want them to win at home? But I don't know, is what it is.
So, that's all we have from today's video, and we hope you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.